The Sony PlayStation 2 was released on March 4th, 2000, and it has sold 155 million units worldwide to date. And there in 13 years, there has been 3,874 games released for the system, including some of my all-time favorite games to play and games I grew up on loving. But some of these games are starting to become more collectible and worth a higher price. So let's go ahead and jump right into the 15 rarest and most valuable PlayStation 2 games. Starting off our list at number 15 is FIFA 14. Now this was developed by EA and released in 2013. And you may be wondering, well, why is a sports game worth so much and why is it rare? Well, this was literally the last game ever produced for the PlayStation 2, making it worth almost $40 if you can find this game a new, complete in box.
His eye up it there, Clive, for a split second. There's a lot of people around him.
Next, we have Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. Now, this was released in 2003 and developed by Tecmo, and it is a survival horror game. Now, the Fatal Frame series is a very popular horror series, and this is why this game is so sought after. The gameplay is good, the graphics are great for their time, and it still holds strong to this day. A complete black label copy of this game will run you anywhere from $45 to $65. Next up, we have Marvel vs. Capcom, which was developed by Capcom and released in 2002, and is a fighter beat-em-up style Street Fighter game where you play as not only their favorite Marvel characters, but as your favorite Capcom characters, including Mega Man and many others. You can have many cool battles. I remember this game being super cool when it first came out, and this is still a very good fighter, and it's, like I said, very popular with all people that are fans of the genre of comic books and Mega Man and other Capcom characters, making this game very sought after. It'll run you about $55 complete. Our number 12 game goes to Futurama, which was developed by Unique Development Studios and released in 2003 and is a comedy platformer. Now this game is sought after because, like I said, this show is very popular and the very good writing in this. The game is actually very, very funny. It's like playing through an episode of the show, which is very popular, and it's very good controls. People are really looking for this game to play it, and it'll run a used copy complete, will run you about $55 to $65.
Perhaps my strategy of using a giant spaceship to deliver one package at a time wasn't as clever as I thought. Plus, you three never actually charged anyone.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Our next game is Metal Slug Anthology, which was released in 2007 by SNK, and it is an arcade run-and-gun shooter. Now this game is popular because it, like I said, very, very good gameplay, fun game, and it was released really late in the PS2's development cycle. Like I said, at this point in time, the Xbox 360 and PS3 were out, and this game didn't get a whole lot of love, but it's still a good game, making it widely collectible by collectors, and it will fetch a hefty price up to $65 for a complete black label copy of this game. Our next game is Monster Rancher 4, which was developed by Tecmo and released in 2003 and is an RPG. Now, this game has a cult following because of its great graphics and good storyline, and it's developed, like I said, a cult following, and due to that, this game is starting to go up in price. A used copy of this game, complete in box, black label, will run you anywhere from $65 to $80. Next on the list at number 9 is Xenosaga Episode 3, which was released in 2006 and developed by Monolith Soft. Now, this again is another Japanese RPG that has a cult following in North America. Due to this, it did not sell very well and was not widespread release, but also, like I said, it does have a cult following, which has driven the price up considerably. A used copy of this game, black label complete, will run you anywhere from $75 to $85. Continuing our theme of JRPGs, developed by Konami and released in 2006, Suikoden V is a classic example of a Japanese RPG with a cult following and is still holds up to this day. This turn-based combat system in this game is second to none, and this is a long-running franchise, making it very sought after. A used copy of this game, Black Label, will run you anywhere from $75 to $95. Our next game is Yakuza 2, which was developed by Sega and released in North America in 2008, a full 2 years after its Japanese release. Now, this game is drawn in price because it's so good. Now, it did recently receive a release on the PS3, Wii U, and other consoles, making the price drop slightly, but the North American copy of this game did not sell very well, making this game worth a pretty penny. It'll cost you anywhere between $75 to $85 for a used copy of this complete. Next on our list at number 6 is Wild Arms Code F, which was developed by Agetech and released in 2005. This again is another Japanese turn-based RPG with a cult following. This one, however, did not sell very well. In fact, all of the Wild Arm games going back all the way to the PS1 are all worth a lot of money. This one being the most valuable. This one will range anywhere from $85 to $100 used complete in box. Our next game is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which was developed by Konami and released in 2003. Now, this game is a theme park construction simulator similar to a roller coaster tycoon genre, and even though the PS2 version of this game is the most common version, with the PC and Xbox versions being worth much more and being considered some of the rarest games on the respective systems, this game still demands top dollar due to its good gameplay. A used copy of this will run you anywhere from between $85 to $100 complete in box. Our next game is Haunting Ground, which was developed by Capcom and released in 2005 and is a survival horror game, and it is a spin-off of the 5th installment of the very popular Clock Tower series. This game is skyrocketing in price due to its great gameplay and very scary and good graphics. This game will run you about $85 to $100 complete. Our next game is Q-On, which is another survival horror game. It was developed by From Software and released in 2004. Now, this game is very cool. It is based on an ancient type of Japanese horror story called Kyuendion. Well, I probably pronounced that wrong. And it's set in a mansion in Kyoto during the Henan period. This game is very cool, and like I said, very good, and it had a very limited release here in the United States, making it very sought after and very pricey. And this game will run you anywhere between $95 to $125 complete. The runner-up spot on our list goes to Dot Hack Quarantine, which was developed by CyberConnect 2 and released in 2004. Now, this game is a single-player hack and slash and is very sought after. This game is ultra cool and ultra rare. The combination of good gameplay and rarity is what makes this game so valuable. A good used copy of this game will run you anywhere between $150 to $175 complete.
I want to stay as me!
Now, before we get to our number 1 on the list, let's go ahead and take a look at a few more games that are just barely made this list, or they're still cool and still worth a pretty good amount of money. If you have these games, you have some good games in your collection. But let's go ahead and jump right into the number 1 on this list. And our number 1 spot goes to Rule of Rose, which was released in 2006 and published by Atlas, and is another survival horror game. This one is set in 1930s England and follows the life of a girl named Jennifer. Now, this game almost wasn't released outside of Japan due to its hypersexual nature and young female characters. In fact, this game almost wasn't released anywhere else because of that. There was a big to-do about it, a lot of court battles, a lot of things, but eventually it was released almost a full year after it was in Japan around the rest of the world. But it was released very, very limited. Now, this game was an Atlas game, and as notorious as Atlas is for having high quality but low print run games, this is exactly what that is. It's a quality game, but really, really, really small numbers of it were ever produced in North America and Europe, making it the most sought after and collectible PlayStation 2 game, and it commands a huge, hefty price for it. You can find this game online for anywhere between $195 to $225 for a complete copy of this game. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you guys could smash that like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Also, let me know in the comment section what your favorite PS2 game ever was. Personally, mine was Star Wars Battlefront 2, a great game. I actually love that game so much. So pumped for the new one as well. Also, let me know in the comment section by voting what rare game video I should do next. It's going to be between the Sega Game Gear handheld system or the original Xbox. Now, let me know, like I said, down in the comment section about all that stuff. Also, you guys can check out my previous rare game videos. Links will be in the end slate and the description for previous systems like the Super Nintendo, the N64, the GameCube, PS1, the Sega Genesis, etc. All the links will be down there below. Till next time, guys, take it easy. Remember, this came back time somewhere, and I will speak with you again shortly. Until then, peace out.